Welcome, it's Deronda with Foods 101. Today I'm showing you how to make this basic coffee cake. Fantastic for these fall days coming up. And remember, fall starts this Monday. The ingredients you're going to need for the cake part is 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar. You may use the light or dark brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, 1 cup of butter at room temperature. If you'd like to use margarine, you may. 2 eggs, and 1 cup of sour cream. This is an 8-ounce container. For the layers of this coffee cake, you're going to need 1 cup of chopped walnuts, or you may use pecans, or you may use hazelnuts, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar. Again, you may use light or dark. Let me show you how we're going to get this together. In a small bowl, add the walnuts with the brown sugar, along with that ground cinnamon and nutmeg with the fork. We're going to combine these 4 ingredients until they're well blended. Set this off to the side. In a medium-sized bowl, add your flour with your baking soda and baking powder. Whisk these 3 ingredients together until they're well blended. Set this off to the side. In a large bowl, I've been adding that room temperature butter, and you see how soft that is? That's what you're looking for. I've had my butter sitting out in the sun on the porch for about 15 minutes earlier this morning. Or you can soften it in a microwave by microwaving every 10 seconds and checking to make sure it's nice and soft. And we're going to add that brown sugar with a mixer on high. We're going to blend the butter and sugar together till it's light and fluffy. This will take about a minute. Be sure to scrape down the sides of your bowl. When it's looking like this, we're going to add our 2 eggs with the vanilla. Ooh, that smells good. And that 8-ounce container of sour cream. We're going to blend this on high until these ingredients are well blended and light and fluffy. After about a minute, we're going to slowly start adding in that flour mixture. A little at a time, making sure to keep the sides of your bowl scraped down. Very important, so you can get everything well blended. Now once your batter's looking like this, and look how thick and luscious that is going to be a very moist batter. You can see how it just hangs onto that spatula. You know you've got a great moist batter. I've lightly greased and floured a 12-cup tube pan. If you want to use a cooking spray, you may, or if you want to use an 8-cup tube pan, you may. I'm going to line the bottom with 1 cup of that nut cinnamon mixture. Evenly arrange it here on the bottom of our tube pan. Add 1/3 of that cake batter. Just spoon it down in there on top of your nuts with the back of a spoon. You just press it down, kind of curl it under, and get this to where an even layer of cake batter here on top of those nuts and cinnamon. That's going to be fabulous. We're going to come back and we're going to add another cup of those nuts and cinnamon. Does that smell fantastic? Twist it around to evenly get it coated there. I'm adding the remaining cake batter here on top. This smells absolutely scrumptious. This is off to a 350-degree Fahrenheit preheated oven on the middle rack for the next 1 hour. Use your timer and no peeking. Coffee cake has baked, and if you could smell the cinnamon and the sugars and the butters, ooh, my house smells so fantastic right now. Fall is in the air. I'm using a toothpick to make sure this is completely baked. It's baked. No batter on that toothpick. I'm going to let this cool down in the tube pan for 15 minutes before removing it. Time to remove this coffee cake from its pan. And I take a little plastic cheap knife to go around to loosen it up. I use this plastic knife because it won't scratch your pans. So that's the beauty about these. And then we're just going to go here into the center, do the same thing. Just keep your knife really close to your pan. That way you won't cut into your cake. I've got a cooling rack. We're going to flip it upside down. And I just heard it fall. And there we are. This fantastic, beautiful coffee cake. And look at the nuts. And whoo, it smells Delicious, y'all. I'm gonna let this cool for an additional hour before we cut into it. I'm transferring my cake onto a serving platter. It'll always just slide off. We gotta cut into this and see what it's gonna be like. Oh, wow. I can tell it's already deliciously moist. And now, let's see what it looks like on the inside. Oh yeah, see that layer of cinnamon and those walnuts or whatever nut you'd like to use? And then look there at the top. Oh, it's still lovely and warm. And look how lovely and moist that is. Just imagine, you better start brewing that coffee, making that tea, or pouring yourself a glass of milk. Gotta give it a try. Wow. Moist. That cinnamon. This is a fantastic coffee cake. Not too sweet. And that sour cream makes it so lovely and moist. Cinnamon and walnuts in every bite of this moist, delicious coffee cake. Yum! I'm Deronda with Foods 101. Give me thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Hit that notification bell to be the first to get my new YouTube food videos. Thanks a million for watching, and I'll catch you lovely people later.